What's good, everybody? DK, aka Josh Too Cool. Welcome back to another video. My bad for no post yesterday. I worked out. I had a tough training session yesterday, and I was completely gassed because you guys know I usually film my videos in the night because I don't, especially during the weekdays, I don't have a lot of time to film them during the day. Right now it's about 5 o'clock. I know it looks like it's about 9 o'clock because the daylight saving time, all that stuff. So yeah, and I just recently got my G1, so I'm learning how to drive now. So that's something. And yeah, I was going to, I wanted to make a video so bad last night, y'all. Like, I promise you, like, I wanted to record so bad last night, but one, I was super tired. But usually that doesn't stop me. But last night, the workout that I had was so tiring. Like, even after my shower, I was drinking water. That's how tiring it was. It's just because I haven't been through a workout like that since, like, wrestling season. And all my equipment was down here. My charger, not my charger, but like my mic, my everything was down here that I have my setup. And I could have made the videos with headphones, but my headphones were down here too. So I'm coming out with a video with you for you guys today. So yeah, my bad for no upload yesterday. I know I broke my streak of uploading every day, but I'm still gonna try and be as consistent as I can for you guys. So today what we're gonna be talking about is actually something along the lines of, like, training and stuff for like MMA, wrestling, and all that. Today what we're gonna be talking about, I'm gonna be talking about how to become an elite wrestler. Now, I'm not gonna go as far to say as I'm like a high-end wrestler, but when you make it to OFSA, for like my Canadian guys, when you make it to OFSA, which would be what did I say it was, would be state champs for Americans, you're considered a top 30 wrestler in your weight class once you make it to OFSA, because those are the top 30 people in that weight class that made it to OFSA. So you're considered a top 30 wrestler in the province at that weight class. But like, once you go up a weight class, you got to work your way again, right? Well, that is if you don't stay at that weight class, which right now I'm not at the weight class I competed at last year. But I'm going to be telling you guys how to get to that level, how to, like, what to do and everything. So if I didn't make it to the OFSA, I probably wouldn't be able to make this video, but I'm going to be telling you guys this. So grade 9 was my first year of wrestling, but you guys know this as well, that I've always loved playing basketball. My main goal, like my number one goal, was initially to make it to the NBA, right? But grade 9, I didn't make the basketball team. Grade 10, I moved. I didn't make the basketball team where I moved. And then grade 9, I wrestled after I didn't make the basketball team. Grade 10, I was like, okay, this year, if I don't make the basketball team, I'm just going to stick with wrestling, right? So I went to wrestling. I'm like, okay, I'm actually going to take this seriously. And so wrestling season finishes and all that. So now this is where I'm going to tell you guys how to. So I spent my summer, like the summer that I was going into grade 10, I spent that entire summer training for basketball. I did no type of wrestling training whatsoever. And this is the year before I went to OFSA for wrestling. So I trained every single day for basketball to make the basketball team. That was my goal. That was my current goal, was to make the basketball team. So it didn't happen, and I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of sad. I was like, man, like, I worked my butt off. I worked so hard during the summer, and I still didn't make the team. And I took it as, maybe it's a sign. Maybe it's a sign I should go back to wrestling, right? And that's what I did. Now, I was terrible when I went back. I still knew the fundamentals. I knew the basics, but I wasn't as good. I mean, I was decent in grade 9, but I was even worse when I went back in grade 10, which was last year. So when I went back last year, my first practice at the wrestling club that I went at, it wasn't that good. I wasn't wrestling that good. People thought like, yo, this guy's not for real. This guy doesn't know how to wrestle properly. This guy knows the fundamentals, but he can't. He doesn't have proper technique. He doesn't have the strength. All that. So my first tournament, I got close in one match, but I lost all of my matches in that tournament. A lot of my matches throughout the year, I lost. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna come up here and be like, yo guys, I went undefeated. So because I know some people do that, and I've seen the people that say that. There was someone that was on my team in grade 9, I believe it was, that went around saying he went undefeated when I've seen almost all of his matches and he lost almost all of them. So I lost a lot of my matches in last year. Now regionals come up, right? As like, you know, we're going to tournament after tournament after tournament. The optional tournaments, you know, I went to. So here's what I'm telling you guys. Go to practice every single day. This is step 1. Go to practice every single day, because if you're not going to practice, you're not going to get better. I know it may sound like a thing coaches just tell you, but it's actually true. It's a true statement. I don't care. Like, I've gone to practice with a hurt rib. I've gone to practice with a, you know, stuffy nose, which, you know, is unsafe now. I've gone to practice with a, you know, a hurt ankle. There a lot of times I haven't gone to practice 100% because it's wrestling. You're gonna get beat up. You're gonna be sore, but fighting through that pain is what's gonna make you better. So if you can't handle that pain and you're like, oh man, I'm just gonna not go to practice today, maybe I'll go tomorrow if I'm feeling better. That's not the mindset you should have if you want to be an elite wrestler. Now obviously, if you're not taking this seriously, if you're not being, you know, serious about wrestling, then, you know, this video is not for you. This is for my serious wrestlers that actually want to get up there and go to the Olympics or do something with this, right? MMA or whatever. You have to go to every single practice, unless you literally cannot go. Like if God forbid somebody in your family, you know, passes away, or like something like that, no one can drop you off. No one was able to drop me off in my house, but I got, you know, teammates and stuff to drop me off to practice. I arranged those things. Right, so my coach at sometimes were, you know, picking me up and taking me to practice and taking me home. Those are the things that I arrange, and, you know, I'm grateful for those things. I'm very grateful for those things. And, you know, not every coaches can do that, so that's what I was very grateful for. Taking time out of, you know, his day and everything, and to just, you know, to take me home, make sure I was safe and everything. So maybe you can arrange something with your teammates or your coach to drop and pick you up. Drop you off and pick you up, rather. So there's not really any excuse unless you literally cannot go. If you can't go, then that's fine. When I can't go to wrestling practice, I do a workout at home. And that I don't take a day off, because it's not necessarily supposed to be my day off. I'm not a big guy of days off. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's sometimes, like right now, I'm training 6 days a week. I'm recording this before I'm about to go train again, so the video might be out later. I'll probably get it out as soon as I can. And then I did a training session this morning. But I'm not saying you guys have to overwork yourself. You guys just have to put in the work that is needed. Put in the extra hours. There's one practice where absolutely nobody showed up except me and 3 other guys because it was really snowy and nobody could really drive. But I had a teammate that went to practice no matter what, but even though he was like a little kid, but, you know, his dad dropped us off to practice. So that's something else I'm grateful for. So that it was me and 3 other guys in the high school side, because, you know, we split the sides in club practice. So it was me and 3 other guys. I could have left. I could have been like, you know, I'm gonna call my mom. I'm not really trying to practice. And the coach gave us an option. He's like, do you guys just want to spar, or do you guys like, you guys can like leave if you want to. Like, if you're able to leave, then that's fine. And then he's like, do you guys just want to take it light today? I'm like, if our coach was here, if everybody was here, we wouldn't be taking it light. So do what you need to do, and I'm gonna stay here and I'm gonna practice. And that is the dedication you need to have. That is That is the mentality you need to have. I don't care if you're the only person at practice. There was a practice where I know it sounds like, there's a practice where I did this, that, but it's true. There was a practice that I spent the whole entire practice, a whole 2 hours, with one coach just working on moves that I needed to work on. These are the kind of things, and I hope you're like, I'm not saying step 2, step 3, but I'm giving you guys tips on how to, like, what things you guys should be doing. Now, next step, because I've said like 3-4 steps already, but you want to go to every single tournament. I don't care if it's a worldwide tournament. If you're able to go. Obviously, if it's across like the country or whatever, and you can't go because you can't afford it, then that's fine. But if you can go, if you can make the tournament, go, because even the optional ones, they were that's where I got my first silver medal. I didn't win gold medal at that one, unfortunately, but that's where I got my first silver medal. You got to go to every single tournament. I don't think, except for like when I first got in, because I didn't get the payment in or whatever, except for the first tournament, because I joined late, obviously, because of basketball and stuff. Except for the first tournament with school and club wrestling, I don't think I missed a single tournament. I went to every single optional tournament, and I was ready to go to nationals, even though like you didn't have to qualify for it. I was ready to go to nationals, even though I knew there was going to be better competitors. I knew that this would be a good experience, especially for next year now. But obviously, the virus happened, this pandemic happened. But that's what you need to do. You need to go to these optional practices. You need to go, optional tournaments. Practice shouldn't be optional, for you guys. Even if it is an optional practice, go. I suggest you go. Like I said, unless you physically cannot go, like if you can't arrange a ride to get there, you can't go there for any other reason, then that's fine. You can't do anything about that. Do a workout at home, I would suggest, right? And if you can't do that because you don't have enough space in your house, I know that some people's their reasoning for not working out. You could do it in your garage. Do it in your garage if you don't have enough space. Just go outside. Go outside and do your workout. There's so many places you can go and work out, and it's crazy how many people make up excuses. But these are the kind of sacrifices, and this is the mentality, and this is what you need to do. Okay, I'm just trying to come up with words at this point to make me sound smarter, but this is what you need to do. You need to take the time out of your day. All these, like, your girlfriend or whatever, like a real, like if you have a girlfriend, because I remember during wrestling season I did, and if she's not gonna be there for you, and if she's complaining about you going to extra practices and not spending enough time with her, then sorry bro, she's not the one. I'm sorry to say, she's not the one. Same if there's any girls watching this too. This is for you. You need to have people by you that are gonna support you. That's another thing. Have people that are going to support you and push you to your limits. My dad, who trains me, when he trains me, he makes sure that when I work out, I am dragging myself up the stairs to go shower. And he's virtually training me, right? So he makes sure that I am like dead tired by the end of the workout, that I'm like this on the floor, right? And I'm just gassed. He makes sure of that. That is the kind of pushing that you need to have from your friends, family, coaches, teammates. If your coach is pushing you, don't complain. Be like, Coach, can we go get water? Can we go get water, Coach? Don't be one of those. Just push through it. I know how bad you're gonna want water, because like I know how bad you're gonna want water. Just don't consistently ask for it, But yeah, that's all I really have to say. It's simple, but when you're doing it, it's easier said than done. Trust me, it's easier said than done. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap up this video. About a 15-minute video, fine. Yeah, like I said, it's simple. It's simple, but it takes a lot of hard work. There's no other way to put it. It's simple, but it takes a lot of hard work, and that's what goes with a lot of things in life. Now I'm not gonna sit up here and be a life coach for you, but that's just what I'm saying. Just put in the work, and if you consistently put in the work, I know, because with me during the season, I'm like, bro, I'm putting in all this work and nothing is showing. I'm not winning these matches. Regionals came, and I beat everybody except for my last. I came in second place that tournament because I got tired and stuff. Working on your cardio too. Cardio is important. That I mentioned that in my tips for wrestling season. But yeah, I made it to ASA. You need top 2 to make it to ASA. And I made it to ASA, and I had a dominant performance too. I was 10 zipping guys, right? Except for my last match. My first 2 matches, I 10 zipped them. And I'm not saying that to flex. It's just telling you guys that how much the work paid off during the season. Getting my, excuse my language, getting my ass kicked every single day in practice, every single tournament, actually is going to pay off for you. If you're getting thrown around in practice and thrown around at tournaments, you're still learning. If you're still consistently going to practice, consistently going to tournaments, you're going to get better. And just trust me on that. I promise you are going to get better because you're going to be wrestling guys better than you. I hope you are. That's another wrestle guys better than you, like way better than you. I was wrestling guys that had 5-10 years experience. Like I was wrestling tough guys. So, and that's how I got better as well, right? Getting thrown around isn't a bad thing. I know it might be painful a bit, but whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So, hey man, that's all I gotta say. That's my tips to be an elite wrestler. Not even an elite wrestler, and not only that, to become a top wrestler in your weight class, in your province, state, wherever you guys are. These are tips to help you. So anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I don't say that enough. Hit that notification bell because you're not gonna know when I post. If you don't know when I post, then that's less views for me. No, I'm joking. But it's good to know when I post. If you have post notifications on, W for you, man. W for you. Give yourself a pat on the back, man. But yeah, turn post notifications on. Like this video. Comment down below what else you guys want to see. I asked on my Instagram story. A lot of you guys had quite good suggestions. But I talked about that kind of like a lot of them were sports related. I have a whole podcast for that, and it's on my Instagram and Facebook. Weekdays at 4 p.m. Eastern, by the way. So, yeah, I have a whole podcast for that. So I like to, even though these kind of videos I can make for YouTube. So if you guys have any questions about wrestling season, MMA, then I can probably make a video on it. Just let me know in the comment section below. DM me on Instagram if you don't want it to be out there, even though if you want me to make a video on it, it would be out there anyway. But yeah, DM me on Instagram, comment down below, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, hit that notification bell, and most importantly, y'all forget this, man. Stay cool, dog. Bro, okay. Just stay cool, man. I'm just gonna go, shower. Peace out.